Okay, so today we're going to show you guys how to apply our new Synergy 10H base and top coat. So this is the first ever two-part graphene coating available today. So I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and apply both the coats. So we're going to start out with the base. So we're going to go ahead and use an applicator pad. You can also block it on. And I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and wipe it on, how to apply it. So it's got a drip top in there. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put the drips on there. As it comes out, I'll show you guys how much I'm going to start out with. I put a decent amount on to saturate it, not much on there. That's about what I'm going to start out with. If you guys want to come in a little bit closer here, I'll show you guys on the hood. So you'll see the film start to go on the hood. So it is a thicker coating. This is definitely a professional level coating that we're putting on here. This is definitely not for amateurs. This is real deal serious stuff here. So if it's your first time ever applying a ceramic coating, this particular product probably is the wrong one for you. So we're going to go up and down, and then I'm going to go ahead and go side to side and level it out. You can do this a couple times too if you're on stubborn paint, perhaps a soft black vehicle. You can also block it on so that it's thinner. And you can also do this about 5 or 6 times going back and forth. It'll help level it out and work it into the paint. So that'd be it. That would be how I would go ahead and wipe it on. We're going to go ahead and wait approximately 60 seconds or so to 2 minutes to 3 minutes, depending on what conditions you're in, your heat, your temperature, and then we're going to go ahead and wipe it off. Okay, so we just wiped on our base. Now we're going to go ahead and wipe it off, and we'll show you guys how we do that. So I've got a towel here. I'm going to go ahead and fold the towel into into a square, fold it over a couple times, and then you're going to go ahead and gently wipe the film off. That's really it. And you'll see it come off. Some paints are going to be a little more difficult than others, so paints that are very soft will be a lot harder to get it off of. This paint is not really soft. But if you're doing like a black vehicle, usually jet black, it's very difficult to work with the polish. And I'm gently just wiping it off. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. All I'm doing is removing it until the film is gone. Once the film is gone, I'm done wiping it off. Now, if this was a soft vehicle and we're kind of getting haze, I would do an initial wipe like I just did. I would wait about 1 to 2 minutes, do another wipe. If that didn't take all the haze off, I would wait another 1 to 2 minutes and do it again. So this will be the process for applying the base, right before we do the top. You're going to wait approximately 45 to 60 minutes, no more than an hour, to apply your top coats, which will be the graphene coating that's going to go on top. Like I said, very, very gently. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. Just going to let the towel dance over the surface until all of the haze is gone. It's coming off this pretty easy. I'm going to apply the top coat basically the exact same way I did this. We will show you guys that process here in just a few minutes. So stay tuned. We'll come back and show you guys how to apply the graphene top coat to the base. Okay, so we just finished applying our base coat. Now we're going to apply our top coat. Now you can see here how much we use. That's how much we use to do the entire car and the glass out of the 50 milliliter bottle. So there's a lot left. It goes pretty far. So now we're going to go ahead and apply our top coat, and this is black. So that's what color this is. This is the carbon-based top that goes on. This will create an ultra slick surface like you can't even imagine. So I'm going to show you guys a couple different ways and talk about a couple different tips and tricks to applying this. So this can be applied in straight lines depending on the type of paint that you're putting on, whether it's soft or hard. And you want to go back and forth in vertical and horizontal, or what we found works really well too with this is that you can actually apply it in circular motions too, and it goes on super, super even. So we found that we get really, really good even coverage going in circular motions. You can take it off the same way, and it really puts it on extremely even that way. So it really cuts the high spots down a lot. And this is probably the only coating that we actually do this with, but this coating is actually extremely thick. It It's actually amazing. It's so slippery that you will not even believe what happens when you wipe this on over the top. So this is spectacular. So once you're putting this on top, guys, the slickness is just crazy. So we're gonna take it off the same way that we would the base coat. You're gonna let it set up. Now whether that's, you know, gonna be a minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, it just depends on your temperature, your humidity. And again, if this is a product you're putting on and you're seeing any streaks when you're wiping it off after about 10, 15 minutes, definitely try putting it on in a circular motion and then go ahead and wipe it off, you know, immediately after you do it to smooth out your surface. So once this sits on here, it's pretty hot here today. I'm gonna go ahead and very, very lightly wipe the surface. It's coming off very, very easy for me. Very, very gently. Now repeat this process through the entire vehicle, flipping the towel over. My God, it is so slippery, you literally will not believe how slick it is. This coating will offer better protection than any other coating on the market today. And we test a lot of different companies' coatings. In addition, we're testing a lot of our variations too. So that said, that went on great, came off fantastically well, very easy, looks great. I'm going to continue on through the entire rest of the hood and the entire rest of the car that same way. So remember, you can put it on in circular motions if you have to. You can also put it on and wipe it off immediately. I'll do a quick demo for you guys that way too. So on difficult soft paints, some of the higher end ceramics are hard to apply. So this is a tip that we found that you can actually do is putting it on and taking it off immediately, allowing the hour to set up and then putting more on. So we would actually wipe it on, and I would take the towel and actually spread it out and wipe it off immediately. And this is what we would do for our first coat on very difficult paint. Some paints are very soft, they scratch very easy, even scratch when you're taking your ceramics off. So that would be an example of what we would do with this coating if we had a difficult paint that was soft. We would literally wipe it on, wipe it off immediately. You'll feel it get slick, and then we'll go ahead and let that set up for about an hour or so before we would wipe on the next coat, and then we would allow that coat to set up in the normal time. So it'll create a harder surface, less chance of scratching, and it makes putting it on, especially jet black paints that are very, very soft, a lot easier. So those are some tips and tricks that you guys can use with some of our ceramics, especially this one. The synergy is absolutely amazing. You're gonna absolutely love it. It's fantastic. So you can check it out. We've already got 2 coats on this car. So if you guys want to move around the car a little bit here, we can show you some of the reflections on the car and how good it looks on the side. But it is just lights out, absolutely amazing. So the protection will exceed any SiO2 that you're using. The carbon-based coatings, because of the way the molecular structure is just insane. So you guys will love it. So grab yourself some Synergy. Today, the most advanced coatings on the planet, always in Dura-Coating Technology.